Alright, good evening everyone. Welcome to Combo Cage 6. Tonight I'll be taking on Atrophied, a fellow streamer from Crazy House. He's been established longer than I have. So yeah, we're gonna start with some 3-0 matches, see how it goes. Good luck to Atrophied. Hope you enjoy the stream. Okay, we're away. E4. I'm going to start by varying from the regular E4, E5. I'm going to play a fianchetto setup. Okay, yeah, I mean, the key reason I like playing this fianchetto setup is just that while it's fairly set how black can play, there's a fair bit of variation in how white can respond. So it usually ends up with a variety of different openings, different ways to play. This is quite interesting. He's looking to sack the queen quite early. And the problem for me is if I take it, then I'm not going to get easy initiative. I think white's got a lot of initiative on black. So I'm actually going to decide to leave this one, I think. And I'm just deciding if I should take with the bishop or if I should take with the pawn. Now I'm going to take with the bishop. I feel that I don't want a weakness on e7. I don't want to block the bishop in, I actually like a potential open line in the future. Yeah, I could take this bishop, but I'm going to leave it for a move. I'd like to get this rook active, start hitting the king. For this match, I think I need to be mindful of the clock. I think Atrophied's very good in the time scrambles, and if I put myself in that situation too willingly, I'm going to have problems. So I'm just playing d5 here to block off the pressure here, because knight at h6 is playable. Without an extra defender, an extra attacker on f7, I don't mind just putting the king on h8 and then kicking the knight away later. So I have some weaknesses here. I've got to be mindful of those. I'm not immediately concerned yet, but I can't just allow the weaknesses to remain for too long either. So okay, I like this move, d5, it's a good move. Yeah, it's threatening to open up that diagonal. I need to move the knight just so he doesn't open up on my queen. But, yeah, I kind of feel like white has the upper hand here a little bit. White sacrificed the pawn, but There's weaknesses around the black king, and it's going to take a few more moves to make some ground on white's king. So I feel like both sides need to play accurately here to do well. And I feel that's a slight improvement for black. Get another support on e5, some defense on a5. Yeah, I think it's maybe some defense is due. We'll play here first just to cut the queen off d6. Yeah, that's a good move too. Alright, I'm running short on the clock. Yeah, I've got some big problems here. Got mate threats on the king. So I need to defend very quickly. Yeah, this isn't ideal. He is very quick at the finish. Yeah, well played there. It's good hustle in a time scramble. So Atrophied takes the first match. Yeah, I think I've said that pretty early. I need to watch myself on the clock. Because, I feel like I'm going to struggle if I get into time trouble. So yeah, let's budget time a little better at the beginning. But in any case, I think he was leading on the position for most of the time. It was only right at the end I got some chances. Okay, we've headed down the e4, e5 path this game. This is a bit of a new move for me. Not entirely familiar with it, but comfortable nonetheless. So I'm keen to make a weakness on f6. Okay, let's I'm going to hit f6 and c5. I don't feel knight c5 is too fruitful. So like pawn at e7 looks attractive. So I'm going to aim just to grab a rook here. Yeah, okay, I'm trying to see the most decisive way to proceed here. I think I'm going to grab this, like quantity 7. Yeah, I think this is most accurate. Rook at f8. There's a sneaky knight at h6 move order, um, which ultimately leads to mate because now I've got rook at g8. So it's been quite resourceful there. Pretty happy with how I finished that one off. Okay, one each. Let's play the black side of this. We've got a few regulars in the channel. We've got E Dog Bomb, we've got Danny Walker. That's good. Just the regular chit chat. They keep the channel lively. Okay, so I'm playing a piece sack here to avoid a few sharp lines with some pawn at e7 maneuvers. Oh, wow, knight takes d5. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take this. So it's very aggressive play. What's key is I need to stop white from getting in on g6. I actually don't have time to capture the queen just yet, or else the checks are going to be too much, and I'm going to be facing mate on the king side. So in terms of material, white's actually sacrificed some of it back to try to establish initiative. Black's game here is to try to absorb, possibly even give a little bit of material back to avoid being attacked too strongly. Okay, so I need an accurate move here. So this really slows down attack potential of black. This knight's still a thorn in the side. Yeah, I think I like knight at f4. Offers pawn at e2, knight at h3. A few aggressive squares to play from. It also covers g6. Now, it may well be the interesting play is f takes g4, and then got to figure out the best way to proceed from there. So knight f7 play. I think I'll just recapture. Okay, now knight at e2. So knight at g3 is an option, pawn at h3 is an option to follow with potentially. I think he's been spooked by that. I don't know. I feel like this is more dangerous for white. Yeah, I might just. I think I play practically. I'll get the king out to this square. Take this, just threatening to take the queen with check. So I need to leave this queen here, guarding the back to stay safe. Oh, this looks like it's too dangerous to hold. With the queen in hand now, there should be mate here. Okay, up 2-1. We'll go with d4 this time. Okay, so I think black wants to play e5 to block out the diagonal. I'm going to play e5 myself so that black can't. And c2 is a logical square for the queen potentially later on. Yeah, bring in the existing knight potentially as well. I think that's a better idea. Hit the queen with tempo, make use of that resource. Okay, so bishop at g6 is an obvious response to nearly any move. I'm keen to do something on the dark squares, but I don't think I've got enough just yet. So I may actually come in on the light squares, so we'll put a new knight on. No surprise there. Yeah, maybe pawn h5 or encourage a capture here. And play quite aggressively and try to make some weakness on the king. So I don't mind sacrificing a piece here. Could even be a couple pieces. But yeah, if king takes and recapture with the bishop, then white's reasonably safe, and there's some easy targets here. Okay, so all I'm thinking about here is light squeeze. How do I put more pressure on them? Yeah, I'm even going to sack the queen here to ensure I'm making ground on light squares. So he's got two knights and a queen in hand. I do need to be careful of mating threats he can have on the king. So knight at h3 is something to look out for, just in case. No, okay, that's mate in one. I think he had to run up, but he missed that. Okay, head 3-1. Okay, I'll mix it up here. Instead of bishop c5, I'll come in with bishop e7. Slightly more passive. So I'm taking a few hits early here. That's a good move. So we're picking up a pawn there. Oh wow. Alright, I don't think I've made it just yet. Now, do I have counterplay? So I'm looking at things like knight at f3 or knight at d3 to see if I can yield an attack. Neither really seems that fruitful yet. So I may need to defend with something like queen at g6. It's a question if I'm giving up too much there. So yeah, White's got more than I expected out of this sacrifice. Yeah, let's get knight f3. I think maybe I need to play practically here. I'm not really seeing a direct path to a decent attack just yet. So my idea is if he captures, I might play queen at c4. Feels like I'm gonna run out of checks though. Not liking my position here. So yeah, king b2, there's knight e4 check takes, queen takes, d takes, and there's bishop at g5 to potentially try to get me out of dodge and keep some checks going. There's about this. Maybe this is a better option for white. Okay, I didn't foresee this one. Yeah, I think I've been outplayed this game. There's too much on my king. Yeah, he's just traded off queen, so he's got to be careful here. Yeah, I'm not going to make any inroads into his king. He's done too well. Yeah, I think White's opening was probably good enough. I think once he's played bishop at e6 and he's pinned the queen, I think White's actually better there. So he's been quite aggressive, but it's paid off. Okay, we're at I believe we're at 3-2 now. Looks like he's played into that line before, so maybe he knew it a little bit better than I did. There you go, so playing in familiar territory here. E4, E5. So yeah, C3 just consolidating D4. I don't want to play D4 or B4 here. Play B4 first. And yeah, in this particular situation, I think I like playing on this diagonal. Potentially get the queen out here at some stage. Okay, so he's going to choose to ignore. I think I'm going to need to take this. And that's a question of if I want to release with knight g5. Yeah, I think I do. So if h takes, I'll capture the bishop. If queen takes, I'll take his queen. He might take my queen on d1. But then he's got to be careful of pawn at e6. That looks very dangerous. And at worst, I'll have bishop takes h4, which would be safe. Yeah, so pawn at e6 to begin with looks right. Perhaps not. No, pawn at e6 looks right. I mean, while there's no bishops that he's defending with on the light squares, I want to make use of that weakness. And if king takes, I don't have mate. Because queen at f5 is defended by the knight, and queen at d5 allows king d7, which is running to safety. Okay, he's gone back though. So I think it's worthwhile putting the queen on while I can. And if the king goes to h7, I should just capture the knight. And it really keeps things safe having a piece. So yeah, we've got two defenders on f2. So there's no knight at h3 tricks. I can just play king h1, and there's no smothered mate. Knight at e2 or knight at f3 aren't ways in. So this looks like there should be mate here. Rook at f8 forces rook takes. Forces rook takes, queen takes. There's a block, knight at f7, rook h6, rook takes h6. Yeah, so rook at f8 is the correct move. Maybe blocking with the knight was most accurate, because the knight would give extra coverage to h6. And that actually becomes critical. So I may have had to find another avenue otherwise. Okay, back to getting runs on the board. So alright, let's go back to some slightly different openings. Yeah, I'll play b5. Okay, this should be interesting. Yeah, okay, so white's coming in on the light squares. Yeah, let's just allow that. So play knight at c6. Then deciding if queen d6 or queen d7 is more appropriate. We've got to look out for what the implications of pawn at e6 are. It's quite dangerous. I think I'm going to have to bring the queen at d6. It's got knight at c4, which is going to hit this. It's not so bad for white. We're going to have to let that go. Okay, let's put an aggressive piece on. Now I've got a piece with 3 pawns. If white gets the opportunity to consolidate here, I think white's going to stand better. So I need to try to find some active play quite quickly. So I want to make use of the pieces, put them in aggressive spots. Sure, pawn at f3 is playable. Maybe, yeah, tossing up with knight f6. Oh, okay, it's going for g4. So he's not tolerating that at all. Yeah, I think it's time to grab this. And I've got a bit of a fork here. Got to try to continue some initiative. So bishop at c3, defending the knight. But now there's other things happening for me. There's this pawn on g4, and maybe that's why I liked pawn f3 better. There's also knight g2. Yeah, let's go with this. Yeah, now this is a little bit better because there's no pawn on g2, so the f3 block isn't on. So yeah, at this stage, I'm just mindful of the clock. Really, that's the main thing. I think black has an advantage here already with a lot of material grab on this side. I was able to find some resources with queen b4, queen e4. Yeah, look, I think should just keep on being aggressive on the light squares. Now, bishop d7 is coming in. I think I can either capture it or just back off. Yeah, I thought he might try to use the queen out to b5, but he didn't go down that path. Okay, now I'm up 5-2 now. We'll start with knight f3 this game. Okay, this is unfamiliar to me already, but yeah, I'm just seeking some pressure here. That's where my eye is naturally drawn. Yeah, here I like queen g3, which tries to exploit this pin with e5, but bishop d6 is also not playable because of queen g7. Or maybe it is playable because of rook g8. But look, black has other options. There's queen d6, that's fine. Looks like he's not afraid of queen g7. Yeah, the question is if I go to G7, he plays Rook G8, I'm going to want to recapture. Is it really worth it at this stage? Yeah, we'll hit this knight then. I'm expecting A6. This knight appears to be trapped. Okay, I'm happy to pick off this knight. The next step is I want to remove his bishop. So there's no diagonal there. Yeah, let's keep some pressure up. Okay, time to castle, because C2 is going to fall with the loss of that bishop. I'm going to hold on to every bit of material. It's the only threat I saw from bishop at C2. So I'm up a piece for a pawn here, so I really want to just grind that material advantage. It seems the position's settled a little bit. Okay, maybe now it's time to make some trades and get active. Oh wow, okay, he's offering the queen. I'm going to accept that, because knight at h6 is very dangerous. Do we have mate here? Even if we don't have mate, it's a very natural looking move. What's probably worse is sitting here and looking for mate when the practical opportunities are so high. Yeah, I should take this one. Queen f7, rook at e8 is a mate threat. I think there's too many mate threats to parry here. Pawn on h2 should play king h1 so that you can't recapture the queen with check. But yeah, there's a rook at g8. Pawn at d7 is probably a threat too. There's queen takes e7. Very difficult to defend this. But the mistake I could have made earlier was just trying to calculate a win, where instead here it's a practical decision to say, well, there's probably enough play, just sacrificing the knight on h6, so you should just go for it. Okay, I'm now head 6-2. We'll play a different opening. We'll go down the path of knight c6. And it can be a little bit versatile, knight c6, because you can go down a number of different paths. Okay, I'll opt to do a sacrifice here. Now, this is a line I haven't played for a long time, but basically black obtains a piece and 2 pawns for a queen. Yeah, now I think it's got a question if it's too greedy. But if there's any checks like queen at h4, there's always bishop at f6. So in this situation, I think I should play bishop at f6 just to consolidate the dark squares, and also threaten to capture some material here. And so white's king safe. That's not an issue, but I've picked up a number of pawns. So okay, here's where if you start grabbing a lot of material, and bishop d7 could be something to be concerned about. So I think a wise choice here is probably to actually put in a bit of defense. So I'm going to spend some time trying to consolidate my position as black. And white's goal will be to try to create as much disruption as possible. And then when the position's being consolidated and it's quite safe, that's when it'll be time to attack. So okay, he's going to give up the queen for a bit of safety potentially. Yeah, I think the position calls for a sharp move here. Rather than just straight recapture, I think I play knight at f4 and start making some mate threats. It attacks the bishop, but also threatens knight at h3. Yeah, I'll keep attacking with some sharp intent. I do need to be careful of moves like bishop at g5 if he wants to be sharp in return. So yeah, what to do here? Has he got any mate threats? Bishop at e7. No, we'll just recapture. Oh, he's got knight at g8. That's a bad miss. Yeah. No, he played a little bit sharper than I did there. That's quite a bad blunder to let knight at g8 through. Okay, now up 6-3. So yeah, pretty disappointed with that one. I thought I should have made more out of that position. Okay, starting to get interesting. I'm gonna capture this, and I think I like just knight at e7, and I'm just gonna grab this pawn here, threaten the queen, and claim that I'm up a piece. What that means is, while black has some pressure here, because white's now up a piece, black has to move quite aggressively to get some initiative, or else white's simply ahead. So that's exactly what he's doing. He's playing an aggressive move here. Now the queen is on, but yeah, I think that's going to work in my favour. I'm going to ignore what's going on at home and just try to break through to him first. So yeah, already this looks too difficult for black to hold. There's knight at f5 coming. So that was a relatively quick one compared to the other games. Alright, we'll play one of my, when I first started playing this, this was one of my preferences. So Atrophied's asked for a last 3-0. I think we're going to have a mixture of 3-0 and 1-0. Okay, yeah, I'm okay with castling. Other options are playing d6 and knight d7 first, but this bishop is holding things pretty well together. This bishop also covers e4, so it's not as easy for the knight to step in. I'm just going to go for it anyway. I can either play d5 or d6. Yeah, I'll be more direct and play d5. If he wants to come with knight f6, we have to just play against that. Now I feel like c5 is appropriate. Well, here he comes. That was unexpected. Okay, I've got a minute left, so I need to start moving on the clock. Yeah, I just need to keep trying to counter his attacking moves on the dark squares with defensive moves on the dark squares. So what I want to be able to do is, yeah, consolidate dark squares and push him back. Yeah, let's be a bit careful here. Oh, he's throwing me. I think he might be planning bishop at g5. No, he's pinning the knight. That's a wise play. Alright, we're going to Sharptown. It's all about the clock now. Well, not just about the clock. I've now got to dance the king and also worry about the clock. Alright, gotta pick up the pace. Gotta pick up the pace. Alright, I've just got him in the nick of time. Whoops, shouldn't rematch. We're going to go for 1-0 now, so we're going to make a switch. Yeah, he's asked for a 2-minute break. I'm just going to respond to that. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have a 2-minute break, guys, and then we're gonna come back for a 1-minute session. We'll probably do an hour of that. I'll probably split up the videos later on, so we'll have a combo cage session for just 1 hour, and then a Crazy House. Sorry, it's called Mental Martial Arts to go after that. All right, yeah, what's been happening to the channel? I've just not paid attention to the channel today. It just felt like it was going on its own with a bit of chat. Yeah, let's select some stuff. Where's my favourite? Danny Walker. Here we go. John thinks I'm just cheeky comments here and there, but I also like to rough up the opposition for him. Alright, yeah, while we're taking a break, I'll do a quick plug for my charity event. You may have seen a link right at the bottom. In August, I'll be taking part in an event called City to Surf. It's a 14-kilometre event. I can't run that far, so I'm going to walk it. But the idea is that you gather sponsors to donate for a cause. The cause I'm supporting is a cancer association. It's called Lymphoma Australia. I've had a colleague in the last month that was diagnosed with cancer. So if we can raise enough money, it's 50 of us each trying to raise $500 to make 25,000, and we can get care nurses into the hospital for my colleague. That's the idea of this. So there is a link at the bottom. I will actually be starting a new series called the Cancer Donations Tin. But yes, please, I'm seeking your support. If you can donate to that on that page, that'd be much appreciated. All right, so looks like Atrophied's back. We're going to get into the 1.0 section now. So switch of gears. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to move something a bit different. Bishop e2 here. I'll probably commentate significantly less when we play the 1.0 section. But I'll try to tell you how I feel at least, so you can see how I'm going. So in this position, knight a4, we're sitting that bishop out wide. Yeah, it's all feeling pretty balanced here. Yeah, nothing decisive yet. Okay, I'm happy to pick up a pawn. And now I need to make it count for something. So I've got to be wary of what can happen on the back. Okay. Yeah, I've got to be careful here. It can all unravel pretty quickly if I'm not careful. This is an e3 weakness I want to cover, so that if I lose the knight, I don't lose the queen to knight at e3. Just going to hang on defense for a little bit here. Make some mate threats now. Bishop at f7 is quite threatening. I'll take the knight first. Okay, let's get some 1.0 underway. Change of pace. Seems strangely familiar. Not this though. So I've got a bit of weakness on the king side. Need to address that fairly quickly. I need to cover light squares. Okay. It's an interesting situation for that white queen. You can't capture here because knight at h3 is going to be mating. I'm going to go right for the back. Okay, so it's all down to the clock now. Oh, he's missed the mate. It's queen at h2. Okay. Not really in fast gear just yet. I'll be wanting to avoid as many time scrambles as I can, I'll be honest. Okay, let's see if I can get this attack done. Alright, that king's wide open now. Just need to wrap it up. Whoops, that's not wrapping it up, is it? Yes, I think I'll have mate this way. Have to make use of the pieces I had, because a knight or a rook would have made it much easier, but only had diagonal pieces. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, we'll continue with e4, e5. Might change the move order a little bit. Alright, just aiming at taking all the pieces here. He's got this. That was not part of the plan. So I want to try to undermine this pawn chain. Alright, I've never had that before. Row of 4 bishops. That should keep me pretty safe. I've never had this situation before, but those bishops just hold on to everything. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to pause for a little bit. My child has woken up. Hold on, Belle. Hang on, Belle. We'll get you in a moment. Wait, just wait a sec. Wait a sec. I don't have much time. Alright, I'm having a go for the flag here. Yeah, I'm coming in a sec, darling. Oh. Okay. Sorry guys, I'll be back shortly. Alright, okay, I'm back. Alright. Heading down this line again. So yeah, hard to defend this pawn now. You can't play 95, can't block. Yeah, so it's going to grab my queen. So I've picked up a pawn. Just got to cover my weaknesses on the dark squares. And then I want to pick off more material. So I'm going to look at this area. He's being resourceful here. So I want to get rid of this knight on e5 because knight at f3 is threatening. Yeah, this looks like mate. Okay, we are back online. Yeah, let's mix it up a little bit. Just trying to defend and hold. Yeah, I've got to put a knight on to cover c7 or else the trade's not going to be good for me. Yeah, maybe I should have just taken the bishop. Alright, he's just being aggressive. Need to take all the pieces and then hold on to them. So I want to get another knight in hand, so this is going to be a bit more effective. Knight at f4 potentially. Maybe bishop at e4 is stronger. Also keeps me safe. It should make. Oh, I'll pick up that one. So yeah, if your opponent is playing quickly, it's good to mix up your move orders a little bit, or else they're just getting a free go at time. I'm expecting him to play it quite aggressively from here. I'm just going to try to curl up and absorb all pressure. So yeah, I'm just going to try to hold on to material. He might play rook c3, he might pick up. No, he's not going that way. Yeah, I'll give that bishop back, that's okay. This pawn's hanging, I should really grab that. Pawn h7 looks the part. Yeah, just a bit of safety around the king would be nice. Alright, where should we go this time? Yeah, we'll play E4, E5. We'll put the pawn on D3. Capturing the queen. Pawn at C2 is now a threat. Building pressure on E2 as well. I think I'll take this first and then pawn at C2. Looks more effective. Okay, let's throw in F4, something a little different. Yeah, I'll take the queen. I need to hit these dark squares. I need to hit them soon. Think about the queen. You're not liking this actually. This isn't good. He's going to catch me on time though. No, I didn't play this one well. Maybe it actually wasn't a good idea to take his queen there. Could have just settled for taking a bishop. So bishop covering a7, importantly. that looks risky. Because the problem for him is this pawn is pinned. So now knight g2 is a very real threat. I've got defense on d8 with bishop a6. Now you can't take because of rook g1. Now rook at f1, knight at g2, knight takes g2, then mate threats. So yeah, he's kind of tied himself up awkwardly a little bit. Feels like I should have mate here. I'm not seeing it, so I'll just threaten knight at d3 or knight takes g2. I feel like Atrophied plays very fluidly in open positions and probably less so in closed positions. So I may employ a strategy of playing a little bit more closed, see how that goes. So here I'm seeing this line here, which I'm keen on opening up. I just need to do it in the right fashion. Yeah, not really seeing anything concrete with this move. I just feel it makes some weaknesses that aren't so easy to address. Alright, let's play one of these, play something a bit different. Not make the position too fluid or open with easy trades and activity. Okay. Catch it this way first. I'm going to keep up the pace. I'm falling behind on the clock a little. I really wanted to break through on these dark squares. He's doing a very good job of keeping me out. Okay, it's down to a time scrim. Let's press. I feel he's got the kind of position that he would like here. He's got a bit of activity. I like that. I have to be careful here. I was expecting pawn at h3, something more aggressive. Now I feel like I can maybe swing the initiative in my favour. Yeah, he's holding me out. I've got myself in trouble here. Oh, this doesn't work. Just loses pieces. Yeah, nicely played. Nicely played. I think he opened up the H file and it benefited him. I like the way he played there. It was very practical. He ended up giving both his queens back, and I didn't get an edge out of it. Alright, so I'm doing this sack line again, which seems quite interesting. I want to get a knight on f4. That is just critical for all these reasons. It's just the best piece. Now pawn at e2 becomes an option. I'm going to ignore this knight here, because if I take it, then it exposes the f6 square. So I much prefer this path. Is knight at h3 worth anything? No. Probably better to put a knight at h4. Knight at e2 is covered. He's going to find a way in soon. So do I have something here? I'm not seeing it. It's going to cost me. Yeah, too slow. Too slow. Just kind of stopped to think there, like a deer in headlights. You can't really do that in 1.0. Alright, so adopting a more closed position, which I feel is restricting his creativity a little bit more. Oh, that's really aggressive. I don't think that's beneficial for black. I'm just going to go straight in for the attack. Yeah, I'm not minding the position I'm getting out of this line. Don't mind continuing to play it. But from here, I'm just going to play fast. Yeah. Okay, sharp game. Knight at h3 is something he probably needs to keep an eye on. Because things with queen h5, I need to keep my eye on. I'm going to hit him. He may come off second best here. No, block with a knight. Oh boy. Yeah, lots of sharpness going on here. Okay. Oh wow, that looked like I ran out of time, so that's a bit unusual. Somehow it awarded the win to me. Maybe it had a real split second right at the end there. Right down to the wire. Alright. Mixing it up with a bit of an early sack here. I don't think this is necessarily sound for white. More so to mix up move orders and things like that, so it's not so predictable. Okay, I got some initiative here. Not complaining about that. Oof. Not afraid to dance, that's for sure. Pick off this queen. I think he'll find a way to safety out of the checks. I've got a rook defending here, so I'm gonna trust that that's gonna hold me in good stead. No, this is the right way. I need this knight to hit the bishop here. Yeah, so Atrophied struck back a few times there. For a little while, I was having a long winning streak. What's going on in the chat? I've really just ignored the chat. We got people asking about Pokemon Go. Yeah, it looks like people have just accepted that I'm not going to answer questions, so they can just have a chat to themselves. That's all good. Okay, we're back up. Danny Walker says, John, we fall apart when you don't notice us. Find that hard to believe. Okay. I wasn't getting the moves I was wanting there. He's keeping my ideas at bay. Okay, picked up a bishop. I'm going to cover e7 this way. This way this bishop can't be hit. Let's play on this diagonal. Yeah, he's trying to sneak a mate in there. Yeah, it's a decent way to play. Do I have any tricks up my sleeve? Yeah, we'll go this way. That one was interesting. Had some original positions and some unusual moves. Very active. We'll back it up. We'll give enough cover there. It's also attacking d5. Yeah, I didn't see Queen f7 being fruitful enough to go down that path. Black's given up a decent amount of material. Okay, let's try to steady this ship. Not a g2, I'm going to have to take it. You know, where does this head? I don't quite seem to have made available. I've given up way too much time just there. Ah, yeah, no good, no good. Can't afford to give up that much time. Living dangerously here, allowing this one. Yeah, it's a good response. I think I'm living a little bit too dangerously for my liking here. Need to find a way to get some safety. And time's going to be painful as well. Oh, it's just left mate in one hanging. Yeah, okay. I've got to be practical here. If I get myself in time trouble, I'm definitely going to struggle. No, I'm not going to let that bishop go. So I'm going to really play for each pawn here. I want to capture that pawn next. Not letting me have that one. Alright, everything's much better when you got time in hand. It's all just about time. I think gotta play like I can only lose on time. That's not the truth. You can definitely play the position well, but if I sit around and think, I'm definitely behind. Yeah, I should probably just... No, I think this was alright. No, I want to play it this way. Just... Why am I taking so long to think about it? Oh, here we come. Can I, no, I don't know if there's a mate waiting for me here or not. Oh boy. No, he's too quick. He's too quick. Nice play. Nice play. Alright, he's called last game. So, yeah, that'll wrap up the second hour. So I think he's come back stronger in the second half. He's played quite practically, putting some pressure on time. Okay, here I'm just trying to keep that queen secure here by not allowing him to have anything but bishops. He's going to have something other than a bishop now, though. Yeah, this isn't what I wanted to do. Alright, that's going to conclude it. Okay, hope you enjoyed the session. Yeah, I'd say I was fairly happy with how I played tonight. I mean, I was very strong probably in the early stages. I think he came back at me towards the end. Um, Thanks to Atrophied for playing. It's good to see you back. I think maybe Atrophied's been focused on chess for a little bit. The time's now 2 a.m. here. I had a long week at work, so I'm going to get some sleep. Please do look out for my next series. It's going to be called Cancer Donations Tin. The concept there is I'm going to be conducting analysis on games of choice from people who've supported the channel by donating. So yeah, you'll hear more about that soon. But yeah, that's something quite close to my heart. I'll be pursuing that with some passion. So hope you've enjoyed the stream, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.